2, 1. Hey guys!
You have verbal diarrhea before we press play. Like,
every single day.
you know, I don't even think you know what comes out of your mouth.
No, it's because, do you know why? Yeah, because my AirPods died on the way back.
No.
And I was thinking, I wonder who has an iPhone charger.
You're so funny.
And I just saw it on the floor.
But you said something else before that.
You said 500 things before. Anyways, guys, welcome back. Welcome back.
That's what you said to Tommy.
Courtney always likes to not allow us to start this thing.
No,
however,
I don't like this.
here we are.
I don't like this.
Thank God. Thank God for your life, always. Welcome back to Just the Three of Us with Tommy.
Courtney.
Thank you very much. Today, Sister Toyin. Sister Toyin has she has things to say.
I always have things to say. I just don't take them.
You know what is? You actually do. Toyin, you
have
you
things to say,
spit
for sure.
like for real.
But like,
real.
I just like you guys. Yeah, let me just.
You really have some gems, girl.
Thank
so
you.
take it away.
We all do. I just don't contribute with like pushing that forward in the beginning.
Wow. Well, we thank God for your
But
contribution.
I make up
today.
for it, right?
You do.
Yeah.
You do.
So after
Courtney,
this,
why didn't you answer?
You're answering for both of
No.
us.
Why didn't you say anything? Why didn't you say anything? Anyways, carry on.
You're answering for both of us.
Okay.
How are you guys? He does every week.
We're okay.
I'm fine.
And she always sits here as well.
Do you miss me?
I actually say
No, Courtney doesn't move. She don't
I
care.
asked you guys where do you want me to sit today. You said I should sit wherever
It's a
I
big
want.
deal.
You pushed me here.
Did she?
A
Yeah.
push is so dramatic. So
I
dramatic.
fell into the seat.
Okay.
So
Did
dramatic.
Did you not see?
I didn't.
Was it
I didn't
recorded
see.
at that time?
No, maybe
CCTV.
not.
We'll,
Oh.
we'll go and see.
You're lucky.
But I'm okay. How are you?
Good. How are you, Court?
I'm okay.
Good. What does okay mean, guys?
Okay, it's okay.
Okay.
Oh,
Like,
okay. That's the energy they're gonna get.
I know.
When somebody doesn't ask the
Okay
question.
is we're putting one foot
That's it.
In front of the
other.
next.
That's
Day by
it.
day.
Day by day, I will follow your ways. I'll do what you say. Do you guys know that song? Call that music. I know send anybody.
Bust
I
into
think so.
song.
Always. When does she know?
Okay, sorry. Yeah, day by day.
Day by day.
Day by day. I love it. I love it. So today.
Why are you laughing?
I don't even know how to do
New
this.
territory for her.
I don't even know how to do this.
You've got this. We have so much faith in you.
So, I feel like we're missing a game or something.
I mean, if you got one, girl,
No,
You got one?
you got one. Like, I don't know.
So I wanted to
joking.
delay.
Oh, it sounds familiar. Someone can relate.
Can I?
Yes.
The shade
So-
is insane.
So, I finished Friends. That's how my week has been. I finished Friends, and I love Friends. It's my second time watching it the whole way through.
Really? How many seasons? How many eps?
10
A lot.
seasons.
And a lot of herbs.
Lot of eps. But they're short. They're like 20, 25 minutes. So like they're really easy. Sometimes I sit there and watch it. Other times I don't.
Did you finish it in 1 week or?
No.
Oh, like
no.
over time.
Over bare time. Like,
Okay.
I'm in no rush to
Yeah,
finish
I was
it.
about to-
But I
Yeah.
just finished it
Get a
like
bit
recently.
worried.
No. That's very scary. Great show though. And basically, when I was seeing it, like they ended it. Do you guys know how it ends?
No.
Okay, I won't say.
Say it.
I vividly recall. I've watched Friends. Have you not watched Friends?
Yeah, you don't watch
Here
it.
and there, but I have no intention of watching it.
But like Ross and Rachel got back together.
Yeah. Do they move out of?
Chandler and
I
Monica.
think, yeah. Yeah.
Is that
David Schwimmer.
Melman?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
No, the fact that you only know by Madagascar. Well, I mean, why is that a shock?
That's Melman. Say Melman.
And then they had a baby. Ross and Rich had a baby, but then they worked together and they got back together. Anyway,
Yeah, I know that bit.
yeah. Then Monica and Chandler moved house, and
Yeah.
now that was basically where it ends. They moved
Yeah,
out
that's
of
what I
the
was to say. I
apartment.
remember that was the end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it just got me thinking. You know,
Oh,
I actually
okay.
You want to
thought-
move in
I
together?
actually-
Yeah.
well, we have lived together for like 2 years already.
Guys, we lived
so-
together. I don't know if you guys know that. It was so fun.
It was.
fun.
I miss it. So that's my topic.
Oh, okay. Do you want to fight us? That's my topic.
No, it's good.
Okay.
So basically, like all of those life-changing things happen to them. And obviously, we're all growing up and we went to uni, and now we're at home and we've transitioned. And you know, you guys always said to me that like life will continue to be busy. So whatever you like, whatever state you're in now, like it's just going to continue to be like that. So whatever you make time for, you make time for. But basically, when people go through seasons of transition and change, and you may live with people one moment and then you don't the next.
Are you sad?
Yeah.
Okay.
I guess in terms of introspective, how would you guys know? Okay, what's one thing that you wish more people understood about what you need to when you go through change or transition?
That's good. What's one thing?
It could be more. But basically, when you're going through like different things, whether it's that transition you've been through already or just like different things that happen, like what do you need?
You as a person or the other person?
No, you. Like if
me.
So let's say like when we did live together, if anything, like I don't know, you have exam season and me and Courtney don't, for example. It's like, what would you need, like, as you're going through that exam season that we could support you in?
Yeah, so
like,
how other people can support us.
Yeah.
I think grace is the biggest one.
Yeah.
Especially when again, back to, we're aging. By the grace of God we are, but we are aging. And I think this is a time period where most of the time your life is going to look so different to your friend's life. Like this friend is in this job, this friend is getting married, this friend is having babies, like this friend is moving countries. Like our lives are going to look so different. So I feel like in these transitional periods we need to have grace, because your friendships might not look like how they used to, and that needs to be okay, obviously based on if both parties are serious about it, like and they want to make it work. But I think grace is the biggest thing, because think things are changing, and like the friend that you used to stay on the phone with every single day, she now has her husband and kids. She can't do that anymore.
Literally.
Of course she'll say that.
I'm free. Things happen in the background.
That's my answer. I think grace is the biggest one.
In the background, there's babies crying.
Everyone's crying. Courtney's like, I'm ready to talk.
What you gotta say? What you gotta
How
say?
dare she do it? No, I'm joking.
What about you, Courtney?
No, heavy on the grace.
Anything else?
I think everyone needs to be open to it. In the sense that, like, thank you. I did think it was a bit high, but it's your gadgets. I think everyone needs to be open to that change coming. I think because if you are open to it, then you can allow grace to flow. But I feel like if you're not open to change or willing to accept it, even in your own life, like it's hard to even show that grace to yourself. Yeah. Because say, me for example, done my undergrad, done my masters, left 4 year. Bish bash bosh. Where's the job? Like,
no, Connie saying bish bash bosh is so
no, because I really thought that like.
There's the Ghana flag. Sorry. Can you actually say sorry?
Carry on. You read my thoughts. Like, it's just so unlike
Ghanaian all the time.
Yes.
Am I not British?
You must let us all know.
I was saying that. I am Ghanaian. Sorry, can you carry on? You came back, you thought bish bash bosh? That's what you said.
No, bish. That's what you said. I can't believe it.
No, I'm crying. But yeah, I thought like things were just gonna happen instantly. I had a different idea of how things were supposed to go and all of that. A couple of years on.
Yeah.
I say really good. It's only been like over a year now.
Exactly.
But, it's just looked different. And I'm just going down a different path.
Yeah.
But I think at the beginning I did resist it a lot, so it made it hard to show grace to myself and be like, broski, like everyone's going through this at the same time type of thing, because there was even people like that graduated a year before me, they're still waiting on jobs, like the market isn't great, babe, type of thing. Absolutely. So when I accepted that this may be the path we have to walk down, I think I began to just show grace to myself, and then in terms of that, like, you just enjoy life a bit more.
I definitely agree.
If you're very closed off to certain things not going your way, it's actually hard to just find joy in like the simple everyday.
I agree.
How about you, ma'am?
One thing I need. I don't think there's one thing.
There's plenty.
Something. Give me
But
something.
I think it all relates to grace, because I think like I think it probably highlights that I don't give myself enough grace. Like what you were saying, is actually being open is really important for oneself to then allow other people to support you how you need or you want to be supported. So I guess what I would want from others is like, apart from your guys' answers, maybe interest.
That's nice.
Because it's
so
always
hard.
Wait, what?
Carry on and explain.
No,
explain.
Explain. I don't want you to lose your. I don't want you to.
I won't.
No, you will.
I won't. I guess just interest, because interest doesn't mean you need to know what is happening, or like all. Essentially, like you said, Tommy, everyone goes through is that on a different page, and they're going through at a different pace. So what you're going through, and even if we're going through the same thing, we're probably going through it very differently. But I think what is helpful for me is like check-ins, or like just showing an interest, or like even if you're not sure what is supposed to happen in this time. Like let's say one of my friends, she's like going into law and she's trying to get a training contract. Like I don't know anything about that stuff. Like you could tell me all of these names and all of these words, like I'm not gonna know what that is. I'm probably not gonna remember. But I know that this is a time where you're, you know, a word I do know is assignments or coursework or whatever, that kind of stuff. So if you're saying you've got assignments, and it's like, okay, cool, I that's a word I can remember. And so I'll be able to ask again about your assignments for you fill in the blank, because I can't fill in that blank. So I think that kind of interest, regardless of if you know exactly what that field looks like or what that aspect looks like, even if you've never been there before, but you're still interested in how that season is going or how that time is going for your friend or your family member or whatever. So I would say that probably. But I would mainly say grace. To be
asking follow-ups is good, because it just shows that like you said, you're interested, like you actually care. But I think like you don't need to know about the training contract. You actually don't. But like, this is how the application's going. Like,
are you okay?
You know what I mean? Are you okay? Like things like that. Like that, something as simple as that can actually show her that you do care. You know, and I think it's always nice to know that people care. It actually is. No, like
it's needed.
It's necessary. Honestly, it's necessary. So yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah.
The reason why I said interest is hard.
Yeah, why?
Because I feel like when it's still possible, but I feel like when we're all at uni, it makes sense. It's easy to show that care because we're all kind of in the same environment after the same goal. So it's like, even whatever you're going through, you're kind of treating the other person how you'd want someone to treat you, type of thing. Good. So yeah, you're checking in on your friends and stuff. How's this assignment going? Because vice versa, they know you've got assignments too, that type of thing. Like you can kind of share that.
You don't even need to check in, because you're seeing them and you're seeing me.
You can all share that pain, that burden, that whatever. One thing from my masters was that like we all said, we're all going through this. Obviously, I said, God forbid in my mind, but I said we're all going through this trauma together. Type of thing I'm going through no trauma, no thank you. But I hear you guys, and I'm here for you, type of thing. But I think once life starts to take off in different directions for each of us, it's harder to show interest in the same thing if your mind isn't so occupied. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, cool, at uni or doing the same things, your mind is occupied with the same thing. So it's easy. Like, say all of us, 70% of our minds is occupied with assignments, 30% is fun. We do that whole 30% together type of thing. But say it now changes for someone, cool, they now are in a job. Their 70% might even increase to 80% is their job now. So then you have 20% left for job, but actually you have a friend that hasn't got a job. That there might be 100% is like, I don't know what I'm doing in my life, like type of things. So I feel like different emotions then come into play. That's why I think it's harder to show interest in your friend's life once things start to go in different directions. It's still possible. It's possible. That's what I'm saying. It's tough.
I agree. It's definitely tougher, but I think that's the beauty of the friendship. Like that's the beauty of, cool, we're not doing the same thing anymore, because again, like, there's friends you've had from secondary school, you've had from primary school. I mean, I don't think you guys are still friends. You guys are still friends, and there's a reason. It's because in those like times, uni, like, you had that shared experience of we're at uni together or at secondary school together, etc. But I think adulthood actually shows you, okay, are we like, what is this friendship about? Do you know what I mean?
We're not just uni friends.
We're not just uni friends. You know what I mean? There's more to it, and I think that's where the interest comes in, and that's where, like, it's like, oh no, I actually do care about, you know, things that you like. I might not like them. I might think, oh, okay,
that's interesting.
that's interesting. But it's like you're friends because of something deeper as well. So like, I think it's just keeping that in mind.
Yeah, and it's like different friends doing different things with. But I agree. I think you normally gravitate to people who like something similar to you. Yeah. And so I feel like, especially if that's faith, then it's like that's that. But then when you add other layers on top of that, it's like, oh, actually, you like art, I like art, let's go to an art exhibition. But maybe I've said I'm not a big art exhibition person. You probably wouldn't invite. I'm not the first person that comes to your mind if you want to do that. So I think as well,
they finish up.
It shows like, there's just almost like I don't know what I'm trying to say, but just different things.
You have different friends for different things.
You can have different friends for different things, but what I'm saying is that, like, it doesn't change.
It shouldn't change.
But if you're looking for that shared experience, you will find it in pockets. But you're probably not gonna, like, with uni, it's all encompassing. And I think that's why people always say you make like your best friends in uni, because you're not just people do say that. Have you never heard it?
No,
Tommy's basically trying to say she didn't.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying I've never heard that.
We take the hint.
You guys, we're here.
She said, let this be.
It's an example of we made good friends. I just never heard that saying.
Oh yeah. Yes, people like it, and people say like it's because you go through so much.
You do in such a short period of time.
But also I feel like, guys, even with that, it's like you're not just going, like, school is school, but with uni you're living together, like that's
actual
school 24. Do you know what I mean? So I think that's even why uni can be seen as such a big deal, because you're not just a lecture friend, you're my housemate. Like, I see how you live. Like, it's actually it's deep.
A lot.
It's deep.
It's deeper than rap.
So you can definitely, like, if you manage to last through that and everything goes well, then
it's true.
Because things don't go well.
If everything goes well, because things don't be going well. That's why you also have to let your friends, like, I know people don't like this, but you also have to let your friends make new friends. What were you about to say? I want you to say, girl, please, you the master of making new friends. Let's not.
Toya's been having other friends from the jump.
Toya's been having other friends, guys.
Toya's been having other friends from the jump. But anyways, that's what I was gonna say when she was mentioned. You might have a friend that you get to art galleries with. I'm like, girl, please. But I used to find that, like, as a concept so strange, like, in practice, like, practically, I think it's calm, it works out, but then it's like, cool, you have your set of friends, that might be your main set of friends, then you have another set of friends that you might explore creative pursuits with, and then another friends that you might explore, like, sports, physical activities. You might have another one that is a book club, and then another one that, and I don't know, to me I used to find that like so strange. Even though I did it, it was like but like it would be like, oh, like there will never ever be just one set that you go through everything with. Like that was so interesting to me. But then it made me think, okay, but even like Jesus and the disciples, there were 12, but he had 3 that he would take with him
through everything.
Do you get? So it's so interesting.
No, for sure.
It's so interesting.
Yeah, because people use that example as like closeness, but I think it's also interesting if you look at different areas of your life.
Yeah.
Because in order to share that, there is a level of closeness that you do need in order to, even if there are differences, like let's say, oh, you're not actually the person that I can gym with or I can do stuff like that with, but I'll still actually check in about the gym, or I'll still entertain your protein intake. Do you know what I mean? Like it doesn't matter to those people because it's beyond that. Like you can do everything with them. Yeah. But yeah, like I think people only see it in terms of proximity and closeness, and not just like they fit into every area of your life, if that makes sense.
For sure.
Back to allow your friends to make
allow your friends to make new friends, guys. Like
where you going, girl?
No, honestly, like what do you mean?
Like I keep saying, Toya, if you carry on with this,
we can all look at each other and say exactly the same thing.
No, not really.
Yes, we can.
Honestly speaking, like you guys.
Who's you guys?
Yeah, no,
like you guys
don't act like you're not.
Wait.
Because you
I'm talking about you as well, because you said who's you guys. I don't think I've made many friends post uni. I don't think I've made many friends post you guys.
Really?
A lot of my friends that you guys will see were like maybe college or secondary school. I haven't.
You're so friendly though.
Yeah, I think there's a difference between friendly and making friends though. I think there's a big difference, and like, I haven't genuinely. Like, of course, I've probably made some. Like it's been.
Show your age.
We don't need to. Yeah.
Show your age.
Gosh, it's been 4 years.
It's been some time.
Wait,
it's been 4 years. It's gonna be 4 years in July. Stop it. Anyways, my point is, I made.
That doesn't even sound.
Doesn't even sound right.
It doesn't sound right.
It doesn't sound right.
I feel like we're still there to be honest. But
yeah,
like look the same.
I don't think I've made that many new friends. However, I feel like it's important to, because people become so possessive over their friends, and it's like it's not. I get where you guys are coming from. I do understand. However,
it's cute in theory.
It's cute in theory.
Like
people are gonna find new hobbies and new things that they actually like, new interests, and they're gonna find people who suit those interests. And like, you're gonna be close with some people and some season you're gonna not be like they're new friends. They might be close. They might be,
but I think that's the interesting thing for me, because I look at like the older gen and in terms of friends and stuff, and like obviously who's like our parents gen and like even like those who are underneath that, and
we are,
I guess we no,
are we not?
There are other people that are on,
are you talking about like millennials and etc, or you just talking grouping us all together?
Like,
but you're just talking about
older generation, because you were saying parents,
the older
generation,
generation,
us, and then
parents then.
Okay, parents.
Okay. I don't know the millennial ones.
Yeah, let's just do parents. Let's do parents.
I feel like obviously when you have a family or when you have other hobbies or like the quantity of your friends decreases, and there are, like you said, there are the 3 that go to the Garden of Gethsemane. They're the 3 that are left.
There's so many guys.
They're the 3 that are left. So it's like, I think what's interesting is that it's so almost like each stage of life has a certain thing in terms of friends, and I think when you get to a point where transition happens, I guess that's what I'm not trying to understand, but I guess exploring is that I think to we have to let people in with how we transition and be open and give grace. We have to let other people know that that's what we need, because then I think it's not like you should aim to have, loads of people at different stages of life, like whatever happens, but I think it helps with the transitions, and with transitions you will go through and also other people will go through, so that so that I guess it's not even, but there's just more options. So it's not like there are so many cutoffs and do you know what I mean? Like I guess it is harder to go through so much change.
I have a question. Do you guys think in transitional periods in your lives, sorry, I went to school, lives, do you think, I have to make it clear, do you think you have lost friends?
Do you know what is funny? Yeah, I don't know. Like, have I transitioned? What have I transitioned?
Yeah,
from?
you have.
Well, from uni to not uni.
Well, I think a big one would be giving your life to God. Yeah, I think. Don't you think?
Even if you did it in terms of like,
don't you think that's a big answer? Yeah.
even if you did it with your age, you still
you
transition. Like, primary school, secondary,
bro, from January to February, the transition.
Today to tomorrow.
You know, your life flashes past you,
bro.
Wow. Yeah.
You think you've lost friends?
For sure.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah.
Obviously, I think like we've spoken about before, like how we don't necessarily may cut people off or like, but I think the people change. Yeah. Obviously, people say the same, but there's definitely some that change. What about you?
And why? Oh, yeah. I don't know. I don't know if I've lost. I think I've lost. I would say I've lost the level of friendship we had, but they might be there. They're still
people are still in your life.
Yeah.
I think
so.
Maybe
You're
not
like you're not actually
close.
just not friends with anybody anymore.
Not really. I don't know. I'm
really
really weird because like it might sound bad, but like I don't call everyone my friend. Like I don't know. I think there needs to be a certain rapport that I can be like, oh, that's my friend. Like I might be like, oh, love her, lovely babe, friend of friend.
Yeah.
But like
when it comes down to
I might not say friend because I just
don't.
So like I think with friends, I just think there's just a level of closeness that I might not have with many of them. But I don't think I've lost the friendship. Does that make sense? Yeah. If we're talking about transitions between like schools, oh yeah, for sure. Like there are people who in secondary school, primary school that I'm not friends with now. Like, but that was ages ago. So like it wasn't
count it.
Yeah, I don't really. Yeah.
Mine is so interesting because like I think from primary school, it's just two that I've stayed in contact with like throughout the years with everything like Monique and Robbie. Cool. But why I say it's so interesting because like I used to.
That was scary.
I think someone opened the door. Take it easy.
It scared me.
Right.
Like, you used to.
I used to like voluntarily change my friendship groups. Like,
what do you mean?
Like, I'll still be friends with you, but like,
oh, you're going like
I'll just play with someone new.
Yeah, that's fine.
Like,
Wow, you just played with someone new.
Yeah,
I'm jealous you weren't there. How could you say you weren't there?
No, because I would be like, wow, like
yeah, like so. Whoever I was with in year 7, we're still friends, we're still cool, but I might not like it won't be the same thing in year 8.
It's just not the same level of friendship.
Like,
okay.
No, like we're still cool.
Yeah.
But it's not just them.
Exactly.
So you basically
you might not speak to them as much as you did before. Things like that.
Oh, okay. That's what I'm saying. This is where it's a bit. I still would.
Okay.
Like,
yeah, see,
it doesn't change. I still would.
It's a skill that you have.
But I would just play with new people, like and then cool. Year 9 might come. I might be with a different group. Well, not I might. I was with a different group.
Yeah.
And then year 10 was year 10 different. Yeah, year 10 was different too. But like I just liked.
So how did you maintain your year 7 friends in year 10?
You still make an effort to speak to people and stuff.
I think secondary school is the best time to maintain friendships.
Yeah, like
you're seeing them day in day out, and you're getting older. You're getting to a certain like place where you can call, you can message. Like,
but I feel like in school you actually go through so much change, and actually the way that the person that you were in year 7 might not be the person you're in year 10.
Agree.
So in terms of that, like obviously he's not saying that it's a bad change, but there may just be changes where that just naturally happens that you don't actually talk as much. So that's why it's like. Yeah, it still requires effort to maintain it.
Yeah, but I used to do that like voluntarily.
Yeah.
Like,
Fairs.
Yeah, some people I did cut off. Some people I said, I don't want to be your friend no more, type of thing. But yeah, for the most part, and I've actually never understood why I did that.
Everybody can get. That's it. Everybody open for all. Open for all.
My only like justification was for that would be like I just liked to make friends.
Yeah.
Do you get? So like even if I'm friends with one set of people, like I don't want to think that this is the end.
Just
Like
you guys.
it's just us guys. Well, there's nothing wrong with just us guys, but like there's so many people in the world that like you can be friends with. Yeah.
Oh, I like that.
So that's quite interesting. But I think so that's more of an age one. I think with Faith, I think with Faith it was harder for me than with like
anything
just
else.
going through life. And I think again that it came down to a matter of how I wanted to control my life versus how God wanted things to go type of thing. I think that's where the difference when Faith comes into it. Because I think let me speak for myself. When I started taking my Heavenly Father seriously,
Hallelujah.
like myself, being the normal Courtney that I am, you think you understand everything, or like you need to understand everything, or it's going back to that thing of things go in a certain way. Like, this is it. This is it. I'm done type of thing. But yeah, that was interesting.
I'm
Did
confused.
that make sense?
No.
It didn't make any sense.
No.
I'm still trying to make sense of it in my head.
What are you trying to make sense of? Are you saying?
I guess just how I transitioned with friendships in faith
Is
versus
there an example
just
if that might help you?
we're
Or
just
help
going
us?
through life. She say sorry to me.
Girl, that's your Christmas. Are you saying that there was more of a shift, or less more of like letting go of friends in that transition than just from school to college?
I think I'm saying I think I found it harder doing it
Okay.
with my faith than doing it with just in school, because I think again because school one it was like voluntarily like I just want to make new friends type of thing, whereas I think with faith I wasn't really in that headspace anymore. I didn't really want to make new friends or let friends go, whatever. Like I thought I just said I'm calm here type of thing. But then I guess when that shift came, it was a matter of maybe I'm not so calm with this. But yeah, I think doing it with faith for me was harder than just growing up.
And it would be.
Because I think when you're a child as well, like there's an excitement, like you're just inquisitive. You want to know anything, you want to do everything type of thing. You want to run around and play and all that jazz. Then as you get older, it's like maybe I'm tired of playing. This is maybe.
You can never get tired.
I think I am getting tired of playing, you know.
Wow.
Wow, I
know,
never
it's a
thought those
big
words would
shot.
leave your mouth.
Never thought I'd
Never
hear that
thought,
come
innit?
out from your mouth.
Those guys,
What are you talking about?
I'm becoming forgetful. I can't even play anymore if I don't remember what I'm supposed to be playing.
You're not real.
I can't even remember.
That's the only reason why she doesn't play anymore. She's got too many play dates. I can't remember them
please.
all. Yeah, no. No, it's interesting because I forgot what I was going to say. Moving on. I'll just forget.
Oh my gosh, Dolly, you're so funny.
I just can't remember. Oh, it's because you said that you can't remember things. I feel like.
And how
My
did that
brain.
hit? How did that hit you?
She said, does it consign you?
No, I want to know.
Okay, so based off of what you said, Courtney,
Yes, ma'am.
how can, when you go through different transitions and like we said, how can that help us deepen our relationship with God? Like, let's say, obviously you're talking about when we first gave our life to Christ, there was change in friendships. But even if, let's say that we're going through something different, like how can, when we're going through that, and I even had another question, like, so how can, I guess, when we're in seasons of transition, how can we continue deepening our relationship with God? But secondly, have there been times when you feel like God is, and maybe that's what you're talking about, which I didn't get, but when God is like turning you one way, or leading you into a new season or into just a new thing that's different, like, do you think that you're always ready for that?
Girl,
ready?
Yeah.
Who's ready for anything?
Who's ready?
Who's ready for anything?
Oh, mom, man.
Please.
There's no ready.
I just want to sleep.
Not ready, but even like open to it. Like, oh,
No.
I still don't think you're always going to be open to it.
You're not
always going to.
Yeah, I think sometimes you might like that might be the thing that you need. You might be like, God, yes, thank you so much for allowing this to happen right now in this moment. However, sometimes you're like, God, no, I
no, having a no thank you.
And it might not be a physical no, but it's just in how you're acting towards it, how you're actually taking on the transition, like your thoughts around it, like things like that. I don't think you're always going to be open to it. However, that's why you have to always let go and let God. Because you don't know best. Like,
at all.
Quite frankly, he knows best. So if this is what is best and he's saying, okay, this is where we're going to go, pack your bag, let's be going, then what you gotta do is pack your bag, let's be going. That's it.
I'll
like,
say no.
Don't whatever.
You say all say no, is that what she said?
What she said.
We can all say no.
You can say no, but you're still gonna pack your bag.
End up there. Do you get what I'm
Exactly.
saying?
You're still gonna pack your bag
later.
The verbal no can leave your mouth, but where you're gonna end up is where you're gonna end up regardless.
Yeah.
But I think it's such a cliche thing. Gotta trust God. But
it's hard.
That's the moral of the story.
That's the only thing. I think that in practical sense is just not needing answers in order to move. Because I feel like, especially with me, sometimes I need an answer. I need to know who, what, when, why, how. And then we can go. Like, you get minimum, then we can go. But if you haven't told me any of those, I'm looking at God. God is looking at me, and I'm saying yes, sir.
Smiling.
Yeah, no, I will be smiling
or frowning.
Yes, sir. How can I help? Type of thing. But I think it's just accepting that you will never know everything, and you don't need to know everything in order to move in obedience. Is as hard but as simple as that.
Yeah. Boy.
At the end of the day, trust God.
No. Trust underlined.
That was another question you asked.
How do you deepen, like, how do you stay close with God whilst you're going through that? So yeah, you're
going through the transition.
Yeah. I think trust is not just like, sometimes I see it as like a one-off thing, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like, trust him with this. Okay, let me give an example. Sorry, it's just so not anytime soon, but let's say I'm pregnant, I'm gonna have a baby.
You
Why
are?
not anytime soon? Girl, please.
Do you know God's timing?
Exactly. Thank you. What are we talking about? You don't know. You don't know.
I want to use a different example.
No, okay, sorry. Keep on.
6 months.
I
went
say like motherhood.
Yeah, motherhood.
Like, let's say in the pregnancy stage, I'd be like, yeah, God, I trust you. Now the baby's here. I'm looking at God like, can that trust carry over? Like, you know, I just see it as like, sometimes I see it as like a one-off thing. Like, I just need to trust you with this whole thing of my life. But actually, each and every day, there are little things that we need to trust God with. Like,
absolutely.
It's like the big T and the little T's. Yeah. And like every day, it's like, okay, God, I trust you with how I'm going to support this child screaming all night today. And then that even as time goes on, it's like, especially with something like motherhood or certain things in your life, it's kind of, it's like not one moment, but like it's one thing and then the next. Like, there's no in between. Like with university, you're studying and then you graduate, but studying you can kind of always go back to. Like, there's lots of different versions of studying. So you can do a course at work, you can, you know, do another degree, you could, like, there's loads of versions of that. But I feel like there's some things it's kind of just like it happens and that's it. If that makes sense.
For that time.
So it's like, that's a whole thing, but each and every day there's going to be elements within that area of your life that you're going to have to trust. So I sometimes don't see it as continual.
No, trust is continual. If you trust one day and you don't trust the next,
up and down.
What?
What is that?
What? No, because something else will come and you need to trust.
Something else will always come.
And that's, I think, to answer your question, like, how do you like stay close to God in those moments, or how do you like keep trusting Him? It's more just like reminding yourself of His word, like honestly, that's the only thing. Because sometimes everything is screaming, don't trust. Like, your situation is literally screaming, don't trust God. But I feel like when you go back to the source and remind yourself, like, this is what God has said over me. This is what God said over the situation. This is who I know to be God. This is how I've seen God move, how I've seen God work in my life and other people's. Like, when you start reminding yourself of those things, like, not saying the trust will be easy, but you will get there. Like, you have no choice but to do it, because the evidence for is so much more for the than evidence against. Putting in scientific terms. So
thank you.
No worries. I also did science in school. I did English and science and math.
That's right.
But forget the math one though. But anyways, yeah, that's my answer.
Yo,
I did PE.
Connie did art.
We're so different. Wow.
How are we friends?
Oh, I did music actually.
Wow, yeah. Got a singer over there. Singer-songwriter.
No. I actually don't like us. Because I don't know how we got from
Justin.
Good.
I did
you were
music.
saying such great stuff as well.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. But
Can we ever be serious full time?
No, not even in the slightest. You take it away, girl.
How do you continue to deepen your relationship with God in moments of transition?
She starts laughing.
You have to forget what you're going through.
Wow.
Let me learn.
Okay. I don't know what you mean, so please.
I don't know if it. Are you ready to learn?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, you have to forget what you're going through and just give thanks. Because I think once you develop that heart of gratitude, regardless of whatever season you're going through, like, not that you'll forget the suffering. But
thank you.
Because you won't.
But like, I think it's weird because it will give you a greater idea of who God actually is.
Yeah.
The book of Job. Need I say
read Job.
If you need any encouragement,
just
read Job. That's all I can tell you. Because I think when you miss out on gratitude, regardless of if you believe, you trust, or this, that, like, I was even saying to Tommy the other day, like, I'm trying to become a lot more conscious of when I complain and not actually complain, but rather like turn those moments into just Thanksgiving. Like, you know.
Yep.
Praise God.
Praise God. Thank you, Jesus. Because like the littlest of complaint or the littlest of like, I guess, doubt or anything is sowing seeds. Yeah. And over time, as you continue to do that, it grows into something bigger and bigger. And then this is where the enemy now thinks they have a foothold to intervene and make you think of God in any other way. Yeah. Like, our whole identity is in Christ. Yeah. And I think it goes back to that and understanding who we actually are and what our purpose actually is. Yeah. My pastor was saying, Archbishop, and put some respect on his name. Period. Saying on Sunday that like, no matter like what you're going through, you still have to keep pushing with the purpose that God laid on your heart when he first created you and everything and all that stuff. Yeah. So it's like, it's not to say trying times don't come and things like that, but I think when your focus is on Christ, you know that trying times will come, but you will get through it
and you have hope.
Yeah, that's the thing. So yeah, I think this is why I say you have to forget what you're going through. You actually have to, because the more, if you're focused on your actual problem, you're not focused on Christ, and then you've made that problem bigger than who Christ actually is. Yeah. So me, I have to forget. That's my way.
What about you, Toya?
I think I need to start doing that one. It was even my question.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
There's so much pressure.
See, when the questions come, just right away.
Just make a note of them.
I have it.
If you're going to forget it.
Because she has it. So, and she forgot she had it on her phone. This one's deep.
No, Toyin, you're so funny.
Okay, I just don't have an answer right now.
Okay.
How can they? I was even gonna ask you guys. Sorry. What are you guys going through any change now? So, for example, I actually realized
have a job.
I'm about. Okay, and you know what?
And on that note,
the real therapy session begins.
No.
And I feel like no, because I think
I can't even say my mouth because they'll now say, oh, say positive.
Get out of here, man.
I say no. Sorry, carry on.
So we're going through some career.
We're going through some things, yeah.
Some stuff.
Yeah.
Some stuff, man.
Yeah.
Got for a sec.
I was gonna say how you guys feeling, but you've answered my question.
How am I feeling? Do you know what? I can't even answer that question. Like some days it's the gratitude, you know, I'm grateful. God is good regardless of my situation. God is good. And some days I'm like, wow.
Shocking.
This is really something. Yeah. This is really something. And then like
the really bad is so.
No, and then I feel bad because I'm like, but other people are going through worse things and EDC. But then it's just like you can't take away what you're going through also. Like people are going through things, and honestly, and I feel like it's just back to the sowing seeds. Like obviously I don't like staying in the place of this is really bad. Because number one, it's not helping me out. Yeah. Let's move forward and let's keep trusting.
The struggle.
However, some days it's just like, wow, this is a lot. It's really a lot. So, yeah.
Defo.
So what's your question, Twain?
She said, are we going through transitions? And you didn't finish the question there.
Oh. Maybe it was just, how is it going?
It would look on your phone.
No. Oh, I hadn't answered the first question. Yeah, so I was saying I don't like change. Like I realized that I really I'm not a fan of it. I feel like, but I did a personality test today, yeah. Okay. And it said a lot. Yeah.
So can I ask why?
As part of this area, that's one of the areas that's changing. I'm trying to like learn a bit more about myself.
That's so cute.
Yeah. And it was very accurate and very shocking because the last time I did something like that, it was very different. Like the things were very different. I was like, wow, maybe I've changed. Okay, I've changed.
Okay, girl.
Life is changing. Like,
you got Christ now.
Period. So I was doing the test, and one of the things, so many things came up. So many things. But like basically, it was saying one of my weaknesses. It was basically saying that that I procrastinate, and something else to do with like routine. Like I'm good at adapting because I have to adapt, but it's not something that I actually enjoy doing. I just do it like survival mode. Like you're in a situation, you need to problem solve or and I have a short term focus. Like I don't think long term
to the distance.
No. And I feel like all of those things actually are coping mechanisms with dealing with change. Because especially with procrastination, it's almost like you don't want that next thing to happen. And so I feel like change or knowing the steps that are going to lead to that change. Or like, I'm always a bit hesitant and reserved. Obviously, I need to not be, but essentially with leading on God, I knew it was coming back. I knew it was coming back. Okay. I feel like it's kind of what we said earlier, but I feel like it's a dependence that you need on God to be able to handle that change. But I think it also goes back to your point of it's actually not about me, like, and it's not me that's going to do it. So you almost have to take yourself out of that transition. And it's like, well, if God is calling you in this area, if God is blessing you in this area, like he has given you and will continue to give you everything that you need for that thing. And also you don't know what's attached to that. So that's why it's like who knows that by your obedience in that it's going to lead to this, like and our idea of what life is like. And I've told so many people recently, like there were so many things that I've just been humbled by God. Like I've said things with my mouth and I've just been humbled. So So now I don't even want to tell God, oh, I don't like this, oh, I don't like that. Because
heavy on
I
the
have to go
humbling.
back, like 2 months later and be like, oh, that's actually not my story anymore. It's crazy.
Hey, sir.
Like, I'm just so humble because I disqualify myself, or I'll begin to say that's not me, and then next thing you know, that is me, very much me.
Sure, but
and I have to, and because you've almost because you've written that off in your head, when it does come, I feel like you're not prepared, and so now you're going through almost like, whereas if you're more open to things, you can begin to prepare, or even just allow God to expand your horizon. But I think when you begin to choose your own way, it's like, that's never going to be me, or that's not possible. When you get there, that's why it's so overwhelming, because you're like, now I'm here. Now I have to battle all of the things that were years ago, or even that I didn't let God just begin to work on before. So I think, I don't know what my answer was. Dependent? Something like that.
It was dependent on God. But you said that you did the personality test because of a transition. Do you care to share?
Oh yeah, work. So
okay.
it's very similar.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, not really.
I mean,
Some have.
sounds a bit more positive than
Some have. Some have.
Oh God.
But it's crazy how one area
it can look different for 1, 2, 3. Okay, so I mean,
so it's now hard to show interest, because if you come to me with this behind the photo, I'll look at the message and frame my phone.
nah, yeah.
let me in.
He said, "Let me in." Bye. But that's good. I like that.
No,
I do
tough.
like that, and I do think accepting that fear of change is real though. It's real because you've become so comfortable in how things are and what they look like, and you expect things to happen in a certain way. So if anything is now kind of leading you somewhere else, you're thinking, I didn't write this down, I didn't make a plan for it.
Who made this up?
Who made this up exactly?
So from thin air.
But that's why depending on God and like letting Him lead and not just saying it but actually doing it is so important. It's not easy, but it's important.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Last question.
Okay.
Hit us.
What is the difference between offering practical help? So this is when, let's say with all of us, our unknown situations in the work field, what are the differences between offering practical help versus emotional or spiritual support? And do you think one is like, should definitely always be there?
For friends.
Yeah.
Get me a job.
Fair. That's a
network for me.
That's a practical step.
Like,
I think a practical thing. Okay, so for example, I've been like I said, looking for roles. And people will be sending me jobs to apply for. I think that's practical. Yeah.
Do you think one is more important to you?
No. Honestly.
That's nice.
That's good.
Because I think obviously you said the other side is like we said spiritual
or emotional.
Emotional would be if I need to cry, being on the other end of the phone for me to cry. And I think spiritual is quite like self-explanatory, praying, keeping me at the prayer point. I don't think one is more important. I think they're all very important. I think some of your friends or some people in your life might be able to do more than the other. They might be able to do more. They might be able to have that spiritual covering more than they can help you with the practical side, because maybe they don't even know what job you're looking for. And there might be a friend where you call because you guys can really speak, you can really pour your heart out to them, and then they might not be a prayer warrior like we are, so they might not be able
I know, that's right.
amen to that, child. That's been my prayer point for 5 years now. They might not be able to pray for you as much. I want to be a prayer warrior. I've said this 500 times. Yeah, I don't think I'm there yet. Okay. But that's my point. Is they're all important.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank
They're
you.
all important.
Yeah. What about you?
Better join some prayer lines then, girl.
I do.
Join Courtney's
I do.
Wonders
I'm doing
every
Hallelujah
day.
Challenge. So we need to wrap this up.
Oh, how is it going? I got places to be. I got things to do.
It's actually good. This is my first time like joining.
Have you just like your miracle?
No, I didn't, because I was so like stuck. I didn't know what
to do.
I said to you, I just couldn't, but I just danced. I
That's what you need.
My miracle is dancing.
Guys, I literally, everybody was saying, from the start of the day, I could have just said, I just said, I don't know what I'm going to dress like. And I was thinking about it.
People were wearing wedding dresses. I said, I'm glad you know what your miracle is.
I'm glad. I'm so happy for you and keep it up.
My miracle is Jesus.
My miracle. Literally, I was like, at one point I said, should I just like envelope, email? That's why I couldn't dress. That's why I couldn't put anything.
I think I saw one where I think there's what they wanted a job offer as well, but it was so specific, like it was law. So they had like the hat, and
that's
then
nice.
Crazy.
I was just thinking, what would one even do?
You
just dress in work clothes.
Paint. That's what you have to do.
Paint on your head, not ruler.
I think your challenge is
ruler's lighter, to be fair.
It's so
calculator. Don't you do everything?
No, do you know what? One thing it is actually showing me is just honestly, regardless of your situation, praising God is so important. You can never let go of that, because genuinely when you're doing it, you forget about what you're going through. Like you don't focus on that. You focus on how good God is, and I think it's
and
really,
how capable He is of
really
even in your situation that He can do something.
Yeah.
Sorry,
what about
you?
Courtney?
I don't know.
The question that I answered, if one specific type of like help is more important, so like the spiritual, emotional, or practical.
Yeah, and what can you
Courtney's
advise people?
Courtney's answer.
In theory, no, duh.
Courtney's
Come on,
answer is
guys.
practical, that's
No,
what I'm
no to what?
Like obviously, one's not important than the other. It's all important. In theory, come on, guys. Duh. But in real life, as in today, if
she wants practical.
If someone said, I can give you a job, or I can pray for you. I cannot lie.
Queen knows what she's thinking.
I'm going with the job. Now, God, if that's the wrong answer, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. But in today, as in tomorrow, someone calls my phone and says, yeah, we saw your CV, we can give you a job right now. Or we can provide you with some prayers. I'll be like, get out.
No, it happens. It happens.
But I think it's just depending on where you're at. You might need one more than the other.
If anyone can give Courtney a job,
can somebody please help us out? What job are you looking for?
I'm looking for a part 2 architectural assistant
role. Thank you very much.
Or an architectural designer role.
Thank you very much.
Or an interior designer role.
Thank you very much.
All above the 35k mark. I would like to work 4 days a week.
Okay, you doing too much there. Okay, you guys heard the job advert. Anyway, hire her.
My reasons are valid.
Okay, let's let Toyin answer first, and then we can talk about your reason.
We're going. I forgot where we were.
Do you think that one is more important?
No. Sorry, I can't count it. You out of my head. No, I don't think one is more important. I think. Yeah, just continue to pray.
I won't call Toyin.
No, it's not more important. It's just something that should.
No, but it can be though.
They all should be there. But it's obviously capacity with the practical stuff. Obviously, the job is different. But the practical side, I think that's what people feel like they lack capacity in to be able to support in that way.
Yeah,
but they may be able to do other things which don't require so much time or whatever. But I think what's the most visible is the practical.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah,
for sure.
Because obviously, like, you can tell someone, I'm praying for you, and it's like,
okay,
I bet the job isn't here. So
thank you.
But like,
so much,
and I think emotional is like,
I feel like if we were to rank it, what would you guys do? Let's do ranks.
I don't want to hear my rank.
I think my rank, and I insane. I still think they're like of equal importance, but I think my ranking would be practical
first, last.
No, sorry, prayer.
Is this what you guys would like to receive?
No, just what I think is important.
What you think is important for everybody.
But I think they're all equal. But prayer, practical, emotional.
Same.
Yeah, I think that's the same for me, to be honest. Yeah. Prayer, practical, emotional.
And I think emotional will be at the bottom because I don't think anybody wants to be calling anybody crying that this is happening, this is happening. And I feel like
with the emotional, there has to be an action that comes from it. Do you get? And my action would either be one of the top two.
Fair.
So it's like I can be emotional support, but I'm not just gonna hear you cry and then nice talking to you. Like, hope everything gets better.
I agree.
I feel like that's especially when we're Christians, it's like we actually have a solution. Like, even if you don't have the time to do all of those things, it's like with in Acts when Peter and I can't remember who the other disciple was, and they walked past the lame man who was outside the temple or something. I will get the right scripture, and obviously it was like a homeless person or somebody who they wanted money, and they were like, they don't have, I can give you something better. Yeah. And they shared the gospel and they healed him.
The beautiful gates.
Yes. And so I feel like even if we don't have the practical means or the monetary means or whatever it is, we still have something better that is Jesus. So even the power of prayer, the power of doing Hallelujah Challenge, the power of doing all of these things, like, who knows that prayer point that night won't lead to something tomorrow morning, which is in the practical sense. So I agree. I feel like we can always offer prayer.
So it's so funny. So he said, obviously, man at the beautiful gate, then it said when he saw Peter and John about to enter, he asked them for money. So practical. Peter looked straight at him, as did John. So it was Peter and John then said, look at us. Sorry, I keep having to go. So the man gave them his attention, expecting to get something from them. Again, back to that practical. Then Peter said, silver or gold I do not have, but what I do have I give you. In the name of Jesus Christ of Nazareth, walk. And I think that's all in one. Peter did it all in one. It was practical. It was, he prayed and he provided that emotional support. He literally, he validated, I don't have what you want, however I have something better. Do you know what I mean? And I think that sometimes I agree with you when you're saying that the emotional side there needs to be something else, but I think sometimes just the validation of, since I understand that you feel that way, and I can hear you, like, I think that can be enough for the emotional. You can't always do more, and that's it. So that's true. Do you have any more questions?
No.
Wow.
But guys, do all three.
Yeah, do all three. And embrace transitional periods. I think life is always going to change. It's
always going to be we're going to be moving from one to the next,
brother. So
someone said to me, it's better like to be moving than to be stagnant.
Absolutely.
So even if your waves are going back and forward and you're going through your rough and tumbling,
going back and forth.
They are. It's not stagnant.
She's not going back in Jesus' name.
I'm not going back in Jesus'
That's what
name.
she's saying.
So yes, better to be
embrace that change.
You better swim in that wave, boy.
Not that hashtag.
Swim in that wave.
Oh golly! Thank you guys so much for listening. This has been episode 94. 94. Woo! Wow, road to 100.
Road to 1.
Crazy.
When did we say we would get to 100? Do you remember that?
We said like May.
I think
it's looking right.
I think even before then we would do it.
Way before then.
Yeah,
really?
February, March, April, May.
April,
if we do 2 a month, we would be.
Yeah, in May.
Hopefully. Let's see. Let's try and see if we can get it before. We can have a party.
Woo! It's party
Anyways, thank you so much, guys, for listening. Catch you later. Bye. Say bye to them, Corny.
Bye.
Bye.
If it wasn't you that's on my side.